Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. As always, we're sponsored by Health West. What a great organization, great people. Give them a try. Bring your friends, your family over to them, see what they can do for you. Google where they're closest to you throughout Idaho. We're also sponsored by my companies, New Clean Commercial Cleaning and Commercial Cleaning Services. If we can help you with any of your janitorial needs, give us a caller. Give us a caller at 208-254-7070. And we have this new fogging machine that we can bring to your office absolutely free by just you saying you heard about us on the podcast. No strings attached. We'll come and reset your office from Julie, Bob, whoever's coughing up in your office and bringing the typhoid fever and help you guys get back to normal. So you can get less 6 days claims against you guys, and more of your team can be at work. All right, today, it's the beginning of the year still. Let's get serious here. People are all looking at increasing their sales and how I can be better at sales. So let's talk about sales. Let's talk about 10 sales pitfalls to avoid. I think it's a good one. Because no one wants to be that sales guy or saleswoman that is getting these leads coming in and botching it when you go to, you get up to the plate and you're just striking out one after another. That's not fun. So you're getting the at-bats there, but you're not hitting any dingers over the fence. And that doesn't help your commission. That doesn't help if you're just a sales leader. That doesn't help your overall revenue if you are the business owner and you're in charge of sales. So let's talk about sales. I've had a lot of help throughout my professional career, on how to establish my business, how to be better at sales. So I wanted to, talk about some of the points that they've been able to help me with and make with me. I'll tell you, one guy I follow religiously on Instagram. If you don't follow him now, you should. It's Jeremy Lee Minor. I think he's a good salesman for sure. Another one of my coaches has been Mike Campion, and another guy that I went to some coaching with was Chris Voss, who wrote the famous book Never Split the Difference. So I'm going to give you all of kind of their knowledge base in 10 different points here. Number one, let's start with number one here. Never sound like a typical salesperson. Okay, this is coming from Jeremy. Avoid the over-enthusiastic, pushy or that over-skeptic pitch. Instead, use a relaxed, problem-solving approach to build trust. We all know what I'm talking about right now, because we've all been to a car lot and had someone just jumping over the fence and down our throat trying to push something at us. And maybe it's not the car lot. Maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's any industry. Maybe it's the pharmaceuticals industry, and you're in the medical facility, industry, and you are getting something pushed down your throat. We've all experienced that type of salesperson, and it's a turnoff. So you have to avoid sounding like that person. You have to avoid being that person. So if you feel like you're that person, you need to ask your friends, hey, honestly, am I this person? And if you're starting, and the telltale sign is if you feel like you are, you probably are. All right, number two, of the 10 here, pitfalls to avoid. Never neglect pre-qualification. This is from Mike Campion, my first coach. Don't waste time pitching to the wrong prospect. Qualify leads early to ensure they actually need and can afford your services. If you're a roofer and you have someone calling you and they say, hey, I've got a 5x5 doghouse I need you to roof. I really need a competitive bid on. Are you the type of person that's just going to take every customer that comes your way? Do you think every dollar is a good dollar? It's not. It's not, because not every lead that comes your way is going to be a qualified prospect. So you have to do some pre-qualification screening processes as they come into the door to see if they're a fit or not. Sometimes when people are calling, maybe it's not even exactly what you sell. So you have to realize, hey, instead of me trying to fit my services to that prospect, just get yourself the prospects that are perfect for you and your services. In the long run, it's going to help overall, because they're going to be a better fit for your systems, for hopefully your core values and everything else. And when I take core values, I mean it. You don't want a negative, I always try to look for the male version of a Karen, a negative Paul. We already know the Karens out there, but you don't want those type of people, as customers, because it's daunting and it's taxing on you. So pre-screen. Never negotiate against yourself. This is a Chris Voss one. Okay. If you lower your price before the prospect asks, you lose your advantage. If you always get something in return for concessions, meaning, if they ask for you to lower your price, ask, what price did you have in mind? This makes them reveal their expectations. Trade, don't discount. Instead of just lowering the price, remove or adjust services. For an example, if I'm not a roofer. I couldn't tell you how to roof, but I don't know why my brain goes to roofing, but I'll try to do a roofing example and I'll try to do another example. All right. I can reduce the price if we lower the quality of shingles that we use on your roof. So help them realize, hey, we can lower the price, we have to lower the quality. Same thing with, I'm sure in the medical industry, there's probably something like that. I don't know if I'd want to be that customer. I don't know if I want to even give this example, because I wouldn't want to be that customer that asks for a lower price from the doctor. Hey, can I get a lower price on my vasectomy? I wouldn't want to be that customer. I want to be as comfortable as I possibly can. I want, I guess they could, I guess you could get a doctor from Tijuana and messing around down there, but that's your prerogative. You're oh man. All right, I'm moving on. You get what I'm trying to say here. So just get the good doctors, okay? But you get what I'm trying to say. Use calibrated questions. If the prospect insists on discounts, ask, how am I supposed to do that? This forces them to explain their reasoning, and often they'll talk themselves out of the discount. And sometimes and many, I guess not sometimes, but many times, we are afraid to use what Chris Voss calls dynamic silence. So when you ask that question, how am I supposed to do that? They might give you a blank stare for a minute. Let the blank stare turn into silence and just sit there for a minute and wait for their response. Too many of us can't stand the sound of silence, and we have to fill it quickly with our own words. And then we lose our advantage. All right. Number 4, never ask yes, no questions too early. Asking direct binary questions like, would you like to sign up today, puts pressure on the prospect instead of using open-ended questions to uncover needs. So it's like going to a bar. I don't go to the bar, but I'm just saying, think for the example, you go into the bar and the first thing you say to the girl is, hey, you want to get out of here right now? It's pretty forward, and that's the same techniques we're employing on these sales techniques, on these unsuspecting leads and prospects. We're literally just saying, hey, let's get out of here. Let's sign up. Give me all your information. Let's sign up right now. That's putting too much pressure on them. You need to uncover their needs, what their problems are, so you can be the person to solve them. Okay. Number 5, never skip building emotional and logical value. This is from Jeremy Miner. The last one was also from Jeremy. Prospects buy based on emotional and justify with logic. Don't just pitch features. Highlight with emotional and logical benefits of your services. No one cares. You're just about your features, really. They want to know, how this is going to help and benefit their lives. Okay. They don't care about the nicest and newest equipment you just bought to do their job with. It can be mentioned, I would think, when it comes down to, I think maybe the only difference is maybe the medical industry. If maybe there's a new exact robotic type arm or something that people are using. I think, for example, the CEO of Bingham was talking on one of our episodes that they use a robotic arm and to have to do knee implant, knee replacements and stuff like that, and it somehow measures things exactly, so you're getting a better fit. So I think on that regard, you do want to kind of emphasize technology. So, but too many of us, especially in the service industry, we want to say, hey, I've got this hammer is so awesome, or this nail gun, or this measuring device over here is so cool. We might think it's cool, but they don't care. They don't give a crap. Okay. All right. Number 6, never react emotionally to objections. This is Chris Voss. If a prospect pushes back, don't argue or get defensive. Use tactical empathy. It sounds like you're concerned about X. Tell me more about that. And then be silent. Okay. Chris Voss calls this, applying a label to someone. It sounds like you're concerned about, whatever it could be, your budget. It sounds like you're concerned about the safety of your employees. Whatever the subject is that you're talking about, apply a label to them, and then you tell me more about that. Uncover more of what their problem is, so you can better resolve that for them. Okay. All right. Number 7, never fail to follow up. This is from Mike Campion. Sales are won in the follow-up. Don't assume a no today is a no forever. Keep nurturing leads. Okay. And this even goes to when that lead turns into a bid, and that bid turns into a non-sale. Too many of us, and this is me, guys. I'm telling you this kind of stuff, and I hope you understand. Everything I'm talking about is from either my failures or my successes. Like, I've experienced all the stuff I talk about. It's not just me talking out of my, It is from pure experience from the stuff I talk about. So I'll tell you that much right now. So even that point where we fail to get the sale, too many of us say, crap. Well, got to go find another lead, and forget completely about that prospect. Instead of putting that person into our CRM, saying, hey, let's follow back up in a month or 3 months, whatever it is, and or whatever your company does or serves, whatever's going to be the best follow-up frequency. If it's a roofing job, Maybe it is 3 months, or maybe it's a year, depending if it's bad service, depending on who you know won the bid. If you knew if it's going to be some fly-by-night company that won the bid because they're the cheapest in town and that person is just looking for the cheap job, you may follow up and say, hey, how's everything going? And they say, hey, XYZ company came and nailed some shingles to my roof and left town and we can't find them. We actually need a company to do this job correctly. And thank you for getting back in contact with us. We'd love to discuss things with you further. Too many of us say la vie to the leads that don't convert. So follow up. And that's even while they're considering your bid, follow up. But don't get to the point number one, don't be that pushy salesman. Do it in a more relaxed way and find the words to follow up in a way that you're not being pushy or overbearing. All right. Okay. Number 8. Okay. Never give unwarranted discounts. Price reductions should always be justified. Instead of dropping your price, restructure the deal to add more perceived value. Okay. So, sell on value, not price. Instead of saying it's $5,500 per month, say for $5,500 per month, you get these high-end, shingles for your home, or this, you're going to get this water extraction method, or you're going to get this, I don't. There's too many businesses out there to name them all, but you're going to get your driveways, cleaned. You're going to get your snow removed in the massive parking lot, whatever it is, and you're going to have this dedicated team that ensures that your facility is meeting compliance standards and protects you and your patients and your reputation, all that kind of stuff. Say it that way. Sell on value, just not on price. Okay, and then make price secondary. If they say it's too expensive, don't immediately lower the price. Ask compared to what. This gets them to reveal whether the objection is based on budget or a competitor or something else. Offer something extra instead of a discount. Instead of dropping the price, offer an added bonus. Like, hey, you know what? In my company, I would offer maybe an added carpet cleaning, or if I'm a roofer, I would offer a after we roof your roof, why don't we throw in 2 free gutter cleans for the future? Because we see all the trees around your home, we know the gutter's going to get clogged. Why don't you, here's 2 certificates. You call us anytime, and so we can get you on our schedule, and we can send a guy out there to clean your gutters out. There's some small things you could do to get this over the edge, to add more value instead of discounting. All right. Number 9, never sell features over problems. Instead of listing what your service does, focus on prospects' problems, on how you solve them better than anyone else. Okay. We go back to what we talked about a little bit in the previous ones. No one really cares about what you think is flashy in your business. We care so much about our businesses that we want to shout it from the rooftops about all the cool stuff that we have and what it's going to, how it's going to be for the customer. But too many times we say it in the wrong way. It's cool that we have it. It's cool, and it's definitely going to help our customer. But how is it going to help them with their problems? How is it going to solve their problems? So position that in a way that's going to solve your customers or your prospects' problems better than anyone else. Hey, we do have this new machine, and because you said this, we know that's your key problem. Let me show you how this is going to completely wipe that problem off the face of the world here, because we're going to completely take care of it because of this machine and our expertise behind it all. All right, number 10, never end without a clear next step. All right. Every conversation should move the prospect forward, whether it's a follow-up call, a demo, or a contract review. Always set a clear next step. Okay. Even when you make the sell and you have something signed, sometimes we get a little too excited and we're pumping our fists, whatever it is. We need to be more clear on like, hey, oh, cool. So this is what you can expect to see next. Okay. My customer service gal is going to reach out to you in the next hour, and she's going to explain X, Y, and Z. She's going to get the information for this, and this, and this is what you're going to see. Or, like I said, when here's your bid. We're going to most likely follow up with you in the next 24 hours. Whatever it is, just have a clear next step in mind. And that's from Mike Campion. So I'm hoping you guys, can take these 10 sales pitfalls to avoid into your daily lives, because I need to be better at them. And the reason I'm doing this episode is because I've fallen into the trap of dialing it in lately. And it's my bids to sales percentages have kind of slipped. I'll be honest with you. So now I'm like, okay, I got to redial myself in, got to rededicate myself to the cause here and be better. But you have to understand, like, if you really do feel like your services or your products are better than your competitors, you have to believe that in your bones, that if you don't get the sell, your customer, your prospect is missing out on a huge opportunity, and they're not going to be as happy as they could be if they were with you using your services or product. Okay. As always, be happy, be grateful, and find opportunities to serve others. You guys have a great day, have a great week, and adios.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.